What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. We are currently on the test server, so we're going to be doing a hero review on Morrigan. There is going to be a special summon event this weekend for her, so we're going to be talking about Morrigan and why she's good, how she's good, what does she do, talk about promotions, talk about her skills, talk about her awakens, and we'll go through some of the gear stats that she needs as well. Okay, so Morrigan, the Burnt Witch, who is from the Cursed Cult. In the game, she does obviously she's a legend lord. Okay, she's a legend lord. She's a fantastic hero. We're going to go through her promotions first, and then we'll go to her skills and her lord bonuses and all that malarkey. Okay, so on her first promotion, we get Cursed Ritual, which we'll cover in skills. Obviously, the basic stats improvement there as well. And on number 2, we get each basic attack launched has a 15% chance to release Cursed Bombs. We'll talk about Cursed Bombs in her skills as well and how the basic attack works with that. Promotion 3, we get Cursed Pact along with Attributes Enhanced. Attributes Enhanced on Promotion 4. At Promotion 5, the talent is enhanced to 30% chance to release Cursed Bombs. So it's a good chance on releasing those Cursed Bombs. Number 6 is the basics increased again. Let's have a look at her skills, have a discussion about this now. We've already discussed about the talent. Each basic attack launched has a 30% chance to release Cursed Bombs. Her basic attack is very, very strong in this. And we'll talk about why it's important as well to build some attack speed on your Morrigan. She does benefit a lot from attack speed. If we think about the 30% chance on each basic attack launch, the more basic attacks that we can get off in a period of time, the more Cursed Bombs are going to release, really pushing up your damage. The magic attack on her basic attack here deals 70% damage to 3 targets, so it is an AoE. And the Cursed Bombs themselves last for 2 seconds, deal 25% magic damage to a target per second, and explodes at the end, dealing 50% AoE damage to surrounding enemies. So pairing the two up between this one, 70% damage to 3 targets, and the Cursed Bombs at a 30% chance, really can boost your damage, just those 2 skills. If we look at her passive Cursed Ritual, after the Cursed Bombs detonate, generates a ground effect area, dealing 10% AoE damage per second for 8 seconds. Airborne units take half the damage. So, you know, another little nice part of Morrigan is not only are the ground enemies taking a ton of damage, the airborne units will be taking half the damage they're taking. So she can be very effective in that sense as well, holding down certain lanes damage-wise with flying and ground units. On the Cursed Pact, her passive, after being deployed for 50 seconds, increases her damage by 20% permanently. This does increase up to 30%, and it does decrease in time down to 40 seconds. So if you put her in quite early, after 40 seconds, she's going to be getting a big damage increase to help you sustain that DPS. Her ultimate Cursed Seed, you can see what happens with it here, with the skeleton, poor skeletons just getting completely obliterated. A Cursed Seed releases a wave of Cursed Bombs at up to 3 targets in the range. It does upgrade with skill cost reduction and initial rage is increased. It's not actually a very expensive cost ultimate either, so that's quite nice to see. But the Cursed Bombs, of course, we've spoken about the Cursed Bombs, what they do with their extra damage. We'll look at it from this angle because my head is in the way. 25% magic damage to a target per second and explodes at the end, dealing 50% AoE damage to surrounding enemies. But not only that, she is a Legend Lord, which we've already spoken about. Forbidden Knowledge 3 increases faction allies' basic attributes by 15%, increases faction allies' damage dealt to enemies inflicted with stun, freeze, or immobilize, and other control effects by 30%. So if you have someone in there dealing, immobilization, freeze, stun, or other control effects as it reads, your damage for those in that ally or the faction ally bonus will be getting 30% extra damage. Increases factions allies AoE damage by 25%. By 25%. You know, even Reeves can benefit hugely from Morrigan for the stats boost. And obviously, Reeves also deals AoE damage. Don't forget that. But there are many AoE damage dealers in the friggin' Forgotten Cult. You know, the likes of Aomna even will gain massively from this. So, you know, Morrigan is a solid Legend Lord. You know, she's one of the best Legend Lords. She's just so much damage herself. Just so much damage herself as well. So definitely is a hero worth having. And if you have her in your arsenal, then you're very lucky. I don't have her on my main account. I wish I did. I wish I did have her because, yeah, she is very, very, very good. Let's go into her Awakens a moment, discuss how her Awakens help her if you're lucky enough to have more than one Morrigan, which, yeah, that's very, very, very lucky. Basic attack damage is increased on her Awaken 1, and that's actually pretty big, honestly, considering if we are using that attack speed to boost up with our other stats we'll talk about in a moment. 80% basic attack damage from Morrigan on an AoE basis is very strong. Awaken 2, we get attack plus 5%, and faction allies AoE damage is increased by 5% as well. And Awaken 3 shortens revival time by 10 seconds, generates a ground effect area upon death as well. That's nice. Awaken 4, rage regen auto plus 1, and Awaken 5, always the big ones, aren't they? Cursed bombs explode upon hitting a target and deal full damage. So as soon as they hit a target, it's going to explode and deal 4. Oh my goodness. Normally it's 50%, but that's friggin'... Awaken 5 Morrigan, I would love to see it. I would love to see that. Crazy. Okay, gear-wise. Now, this is on a test server, like we've spoken about. The gear I currently have on a test server is not great, okay? It's not great. I've just thrown in some kind of example of the insight currently, because that gives me a crit rate plus 15%, and as an early set is very good because, you know, we struggled to get the crit rate bonuses unless we've got a ton of gear that we can roll with the perfect substats. Now, I'm not going to go too much into this part here. We're going to go to attributes profile and just showcase that the attack speed does decrease her attack interval. You know, 88 itself is already doing 0.7. You probably want to aim to have like 150 attack speed. 150 attack speed would be quite sufficient, I would think, to reduce this attack interval. Crit rate, you want to get to 100%. Crit damage as much as you can get, and obviously attack as much as you can get. Those are your main stats. You may even end up throwing in an attack speed piece, you know, if you can't get it elsewhere. Obviously, the sub-stats that you want and the main stats you want are attack bonus on your pieces. If you can get the crit rate, crit damage, attack, speed, friggin' sub-stats, that's fantastic. You know, you can't go wrong with that. Aim for 100% crit rate. Aim for as much crit damage as possible. Aim for, well, you may as well aim for as much attack speed as you can get, as long as you're not sacrificing main stats. So if you've got you know, if you're stacked in attack bonus percents, crit rate, crit damage, and your attack speed that you can roll good on the substats, you know, then ideal if you can get like 150 plus. Attack always is so necessary, okay? So necessary. Obviously, just Calamity or when you later on go into the Warlord pieces. But until then, you're going to be wanting to focus the same substats: crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, attack bonus, just so you can really pump out that DPS. So that is it for our review on Morrigan, and she is an absolute animal in the majority of content. I wouldn't, however, use her in Guild Boss. Okay, she's not for that. She is an AoE damage dealer. She's not for the likes of Guild Boss. Maybe if you don't have anything else to use, you know, you haven't got much single target damage, then yeah, maybe, but you shouldn't be using her there. She's huge in Gear Raid 1, as you can imagine, on the AoE side of it, and she's just a fantastic hero to have. You know, continuous frequent AoE damage, AoE attack on the ground effect area, and of course we also do half damage to those in air. So yeah, Gear Raid 1, she's massive, and in other areas of the game, campaign, EXP farming, gold farming, you know, there's just so much that she can do. Obviously, she is a Legend Lord, so even without all of her skills, this buff to the allies that she's going to be boosting is huge as well. So I'll see all of you in the next video. Have a fantastic day, even wherever you are. Goodbye.